Hi everybody. On to the next mission. Now, I usually skip my setup phases, but I've decided to do something different this time around. Instead of skipping it, um, I'm just going to put up an optional upload, and that's going to be this video. I'm going to talk here for about a minute. I've already done the setup. I've go into great detail over the next 40 minutes of I think this is the way to do it, and you kind of see my train of thought. I know that's really boring, and I know I've skipped them in the past, so absolutely, if you don't want to watch my setup phase, go ahead and click on to part 2, because in the beginning of part 2, I'm going to explain my thought anyways. The next 40 minutes is purely just me going, holy crap, I have no idea how to go over this. It's me reviewing the map, figuring out where to go, where I'm going to put pre-planned already, things like that. If that interests you, one, I'm very grateful and honored that you would be interested in, the way my mind works and why I would do something like this. So thank you if you're going to watch this. And you know what? Thank you if you're watching this at all and you're going to skip this and go on to part 2, because I think setups are boring. I think they're boring to play, and I can't imagine they're even... I said can, not can't. I can imagine that they're even more boring to watch. So go ahead and skip on to part 2, but regardless, thanks for watching this. Well, I've never looked at this before, so first I'm going to drop the video quality to balanced. Runs a lot smoother on these larger maps. Second, turn on landmarks. Oh, I guess there just is none on this map. Are none? Is whatever. That's my objective. Okay, Alt J. So, this time around, I figure I'm going to show the setup instead of skip it, because I'm actually really interested in being critiqued on the way I do things. So I figure, maybe I'll make an annotation that skips past the setup, since I know it can be boring, but we'll see. So this time around, got some Greyhounds, artillery, trucks, jeeps. S's are my least favorite thing on microphones, so just listening to a podcast, and every time they say an S word, it's in my car, it absolutely just blasts out of there at such a high pitch volume. It's aggravating. It actually starts making me mad. So I think I'll really put a lot of emphasis on my S's. You guys know my pain. Okay, with a good number of troops here. I'm not sure where these guys came from. I have a really hard problem when I'm playing these missions so staggered out, remembering where their last fight was. But I don't know if they've been reinforced, so I'm going to see if I find any squads that are really hurt. Looks like I'm actually fighting with a freshly reinforced company. 6 and 6. Last charges. Yeah, this seems to be a fresh... ready to go. Good. How are my mortars doing? Do they have ammo? Boy, you guys do have ammo. That's a lot of ammo, too. This Jeep... it's my least favorite part of the setup, is figuring out what platoons everybody is assigned to. This is the weapons platoon. That makes total sense. Who's driving it? That's the HQ for this platoon. Well, that seems largely useless to have him driving this thing. The way I see it is, I have... this guy's just driving the Jeep. Really, I don't need... it's got more ammo than those Jeeps anyway. Does this thing carry anything? No. How about you? Probably not. Yeah. Okay. For this command Jeep, I'm gonna actually pull him out of it. I don't see a reason to... I like to leave, and I don't know if this is the right thing to do, but I like to leave the main platoon commander for the mortars. I like to leave him with the mortars itself, right next to it. I try to get the mortars as close as possible, even though, you can talk to that guy right there. No problem. Then this thing, First team, I like sending them out because they have a radio, so they'll be in communication with this guy no matter where I put him. I can put him all the way over here, he's still going to be in good communication. So I like sending him out in his Jeep. I'll put him like right here so he's able to leave these two. So I like having the ability for him to drive somewhere and call in fast artillery if he needs. This always takes me a long time until I start getting the rhythm down. Okay, hold on. Sorry about the jump cut. There was some outside noise and I decided to cut it out. I didn't say anything because I paused for it. A truck drove by. I have my window open. It's loud. Okay. What was I doing? Right. Well, one thing I'm going to check first. Mantle from southwest. Okay. That means it'll be blowing northeast, the direction I'm pointed. Easy to remember. Okay. Let's start. First squad of 3rd platoon. Let's put them back here just so I get an idea where they are. What I'm doing. Okay. 3rd platoon is also... No, that's not. That's the company command. Okay, so this is 3rd platoon. They don't have any special weapons or anything. That's fine. I'll keep them there until I'm ready to place them. You... MG ammo bear to the machine gunner from here. I don't know why you're over there. Him. You. That's your company command. Okay, I'll put you back here. The XO team for that, so you'll fight with him. You. Who else is in easy? I would assume you are. Yeah, it's your 2nd platoon. This one was 3rd or 1st? Another 3rd. 2nd platoon, you guys are 3 squad, yep, 3 squads, and an MG with an amp. Okay. My final, where's 1st platoon? Are they over here? They're over here. 1st platoon, I'll just say yep. Your squads. 3 of them, so you do, and an MG team. I think the way they start your missions on here is really hard to work with. I like keeping everything chain of command really separate so I have an idea of the actual, like, you know, structure just by looking at it. Okay, now we're going to work at the vehicles. Well, you guys aren't going to be riding in there. You know reason for that at all. For either section. You're not going to be riding in there. But my Jeeps. How many Jeeps do I even get here? Who are you actually with? This Jeep actually belongs to the Pioneer platoon. So I'll keep them with the Pioneer. And I think this does too. You... That's cute. Greyhound. Oh, nice! I haven't got to use one of these yet. Is this how much ammo they only have? That 250 rounds from a 30 cal is not very much. Okay. Well, it's cool to have that. This self-propelled artillery. Another Greyhound. Charge of this. So this is my whole vehicle. Yeah. This would be too. Okay, so that's my vehicle section. Well, actually, this is a separate section. Okay. Guys, so there's one section there, another section there, HQ here, and here's your guys' vehicles. Man, I really should have cut this. This is boring, huh? I usually don't talk to myself while I do. Probably really boring to watch this. Well, that's alright. Oh, are you in second section? No, you're first section, so you're just okay. Entirely separate group. So you guys are separate too, huh? This group, that's one. That's how the chain of command works there. Well, now it's time to survey the battlefield. I got everybody sectioned up. So, main thing is looking for holes in the hedgerow that I can actually move through. Navigating some sort of maze. Well, let's actually just figure this out. So that's what I need to take. Other objectives are basically just kill the forward observer team, which I don't know where it is. It's probably at the farmhouse. So I have to kill that, and I need to have like less than 10% casualty. Do it within the time limit. You know, your standard stuff. So it is really hard to look at this map and come up with a plan. Well, this road is something I'm going to avoid. Because in this haze, somebody who's defending, I mean, I know there's this little bump here, but still, you could have AT on this road. Like, I don't know, actually, that hill makes that a little bit safer. I could move up it, and something down at the end couldn't actually hit. That might give me the ability to advance down this road. That would make this a little bit simpler. I'm going to avoid the left side of this map altogether because I don't see any purpose for it ever being this area at all. I wish you could draw arrows on here. I'm expecting the highest concentration of enemies to probably be here. I was defending. It would be along this. Traced along this hedgerow. Plus you have the ability to enclosed both sides. Turn off trees for a sec. Yeah, see that runs you all the way here. Can't get in and out of. No, but that's still a decent little, gives you fire on both sides. Alright. It's daunting, man. Coming up with your initial plan is really daunting. Turned up the graphics quality. The easy option is to fan out like always. Send a platoon this way, down this, get them set up along this, send a platoon in here, get them set up in this little area, come through here, check out, and send another one this way to support that platoon. That's the easy option, or the simple option. But I don't know how to use the vehicles if I do that. The other option I'm considering is to send the bulk of my forces this way, maybe one platoon moving this way, and one platoon moving down the road. Like I said, if I have vehicles on this road, and some units on it, I should be able to move it down, because the only place you could fire from is this hill, and that's pretty exposed. So if I have more units exposed than they have exposed, I could put more fire down and, you know, theoretically win that fight, push down the road, which would give me like really easy access. Just mopping up this whole, I mean, there's no real way to defend from, if I come around out here, it'd be really hard for them to defend from the side. Okay, I'm gonna start placing now. The actual, get all my vehicles and take them off the road, because I always place my vehicles last. I never hitch a plan around a vehicle. I think that's a really hard thing for me to do. It's really dangerous too. It's easier for me to assume that my vehicles won't be able to help. Treat them as support and support only. So, this platoon is super important. My demo guys. Well, they're getting split up. Okay, 3rd platoon's going to take the right. I'm almost certain that I'm not going to be fired upon coming straight out of what is basically my spawn point. I'm pretty certain there's not going to be anything. So I'm not too worried about hopping in here. Is there a way over to that other side for me, though? Really? There's not? My better option then might be to blow the wall right here. Oh, I can spawn on the other side of that. Wow. I mean, they'll be cut off, but that means I don't have to waste a charge. I didn't know I could do that. Okay. I mean, there's no way there's going to be Germans right here, right? This map is huge. That would be in like the first 15%. I'm going to risk it, because I'm going to say there's probably not. Okay. So that's one platoon platoid. So I would like to go and move this way too. That's dangerous. They could take fire from over there, though. We're gonna get set up first. And right here. Good. That's what I want. Put up your gun here. Nice. Nice. For once, my machine gun can see. A rare time. Alright. So you're set up. Cool, cool. So, one extra squad set up. Great. HQ ready to move. Squad, or two that are just going to go for it right out the gate. Guys are going to come, run this way, set up. These guys are just going to bound this way. Test the waters out there, see how that works. Okay. And to cover them, cal Jeep, but I would like fire on that if there's anything set up there. Okay, I think that's cool. I'm happy with that. that's kind of how I use my vehicles. Is I set this up, you know, and then go, oh, okay, this could help. Like this fixes a problem that I might have. That's kind of how I use vehicles. They're never integral beforehand. Okay. This way, are you guys going to need a breacher crew on this side? No, you're not going to need it up until here. Give you. This side will reconvene with you. I think I'm going to send it with them because I think this side is actually safer. Plus, I could use more potential fire to put down range. Okay, so that's that. Final platoon. I've got plans for you. I'm gonna do half of what I said before. I'm gonna take this platoon and I'm gonna send them down the road. I really am curious to see if that actually ends up being a good idea. This Jeep is just an ammo Jeep, so he'll just be staying behind. Now they're gonna get the Greyhound main. Well, no, this is first section. This is company command. Okay. They're gonna get the Greyhound. Actually, since they already have a Jeep going with the Greyhound, I'll pull this Jeep in. Send him with somebody else. So that's all my infantry set up. Well, this crew is gonna get. This platoon is gonna get one of the weapons. They don't have any of their 30 cal. Do I have any 50s? I didn't actually look at what they were. Another 30 cal. Could use that. There's already one 30 cal per platoon. So some lucky crew is going to get an extra one. Well, because these guys are close together, right? They can both support each other. Basically meaning there's two in that group. Even though there's more of them to cover, they're going to be in like roughly pretty close quarters to each other. So I'm going to give other 30 cal, the guys going by themselves, is they're going to, if they get into trouble, it's much, much more serious for them, as they're going to be really isolated. So they get the other 30 cal. And they're going to get the other breacher too, just because they're really stuck if something goes bad out here. HQ, though, keep back of this truck, ammo truck. Company command, I would like to put you, obviously with the bulk of the troops, put you here. You'll head out that way when you need to. So now, what have I got? Okay. Let's start throwing the vehicles out. Then I'll set up my first move orders, and then really I think I'm going to call it on this episode so that way it's easy to skip the episode. Okay. What am I dealing with again? 2 artilleries. 2 Greyhounds. Already got 1 Greyhound out. Got another machine gun Jeep. Already got 1 of those deployed too. And I've got some ammo. And some more ammo. So, in the event that you guys take large amounts of enemy fire and you have to put out large amounts of ammo yourself, you're getting an extra Jeep. Get like an extra 500 rounds, you know, that's not a lot, but it's not nothing either. You guys are getting that extra Jeep. In the case that you need fire support, you're getting an extra combat jeep. I think it could be most used on that road. You have a Greyhound with you. So I'm going to send a Greyhound per platoon, essentially. So the other, this side's going to get 2 Greyhounds. And being that I feel it's going to be pretty close quarters up until I get up here, I almost want to send an artillery with each of them. I think I will do that. Because I don't know where it's going to come in more handy, because I don't know where the enemies are actually going to be. I think my best bet on this artillery is to just diversify it. Additional ammo. This side doesn't really get very much. They get this Jeep, and then my 2.5-ton truck. I'll deploy it as needed. This road means I can get up to these guys real fast if I need to. And I think I'm going to keep the Jeep over here, or not the Jeep, but I'm going to keep this over here because I could throw this out of it and throw a squad and a half in here and get them over to support these guys if I need to really quick. So I'm happy with this. I like the way it looks. I like the way it's sectioned off. It is pleasing to me. What we're going to do first, we're going to get this crew here. I get the HQ right behind that, checking out there. Next, scout team. Squad that the scout team's from. You guys are going to go here, which is still a safe position. Scout team, on the other hand, though, scout team's going to move to where they are. It's going to slow crawl to there and look. That's it. He's just going to look. Not going to shoot. If there's something within 100 and shoot, but he's going to look. He's done looking for, let's just say, 45 seconds. That'll give everybody else enough time to get into position. Gonna have him start his hunt. Messed up. Man. That's already like 3 or 4 minutes worth of command, so I'm gonna wait. It's too preemptive. A machine gun. In the event that there's Germans on the other side of that, which is a possibility, we're gonna get you set up this way. 8. My additional infantry squad is gonna sit and wait. I gotta be really cautious coming around this corner. And as far as the vehicles go, really just like the ammo ones can calm down. They're not doing anything yet. My artillery I'm going to throw in front of the Jeeps because I think it could be needed more, and the Jeeps stay back because if somebody needs ammo, they're going back for it. The Jeep's not going to go into a combat zone. So that's that. Obviously my pioneer section, they just stay back and wait. So that's that. That is that whole side ready. Okay, sorry, I just kind of got caught in my own head there for a second. I think I've already sort of given my good orders to this side. Okay, and this is the side that sucks. I don't know how to... If there's combat from the gate here, this is a horrible position to be. Oh. It's actually not the worst, not with machine guns set up and everything. Though in the event that there could be Germans like right there, I think I'm going to leave most of my guys behind. And only send some of them forward. Okay, and then the vehicles over here, let's just get the order of them correct. Greyhounds in front, artillery in behind, 2 ammo trucks even farther back. Yeah. Okay. And then my final order, what do I have here? Yes, it's a pre-planned artillery. 2 off-map mortars with 200 shells, or 100 shells each, meaning I've got 200 shells. Got 90 HE of howitzer. Do I want to call in the big boy? I'm going to say yes. My rationale on calling in that over... I could call in the mortars pretty quick on map. While it's playing, but this howitzer takes so long to come in, it's almost sort of only useful as a pre-planned. So do I want to soften them up early or later is the question I have to ask myself. Because I'm thinking no matter what, like no matter what happens, there will absolutely be resistance over here. Like, this is guaranteed there's going to be enemies here. I know that. When I don't know if there's going to be enemies here yet, I'm thinking there's a good chance of it, but I don't know. So I have to decide if I want to break them early, so my troops are, you know, better off early on, or if I want to hit the guaranteed pocket of enemies. I'm thinking... sort of want to do something like that, like 2 guns on harass for a long duration versus personnel. Like, I think that's... I don't know if this is a good artillery or not right here. But, you know, I gotta learn. Because I'm not gonna get that till later on, I think I'm gonna give that 10 minutes. So that means, what, in 10 minutes? Can I do longer than that? Let's redo this. Two guns, harassing, long duration against personnel, 15 minutes into this battle.
Fire mission over.
Because there's no way I'll be there.
Fire mission out.
I know I'm going to bog down on something else. So, knowing I'm going to bog down on something else, we're going to tie up... oh, one of these wasn't an ammo jeep. One of these is the artillery team. This guy. Okay, I'm going to tie him up early. Don't worry about giving ammo right now, bud. Your purpose. Well, the second orders. Okay.
Request fire mission over. Roger. Request fire mission out.
There's gotta be enemies, right? Like, there has to be. Okay, so I've got one going from there to there and one going from up here to here. I'm gonna encounter resistance. I'm running forward. Like, it's fine if there's some guys here I don't want to call an artillery on. But I'll kill them. That's fine. I can do that. Kill dudes over here. I already did that line from here to here. But these guys, where are they gonna encounter resistance? They're coming along. They're coming along. Where would it be horrible for me to fight Germans? See, along the road, not really anywhere. I'm just going to complete the line is what I'm going to do. Mainly because of the way you draw lines on here. I didn't want to bring it all the way to over here, but I think I'm going to. I'm going to do this. It's one gun this time, though. Light. What did I stagger it? Was it 5 or 10 minutes? 5, I think.
Fire mission request over. Roger. Fire mission request out.
Yes, it was 5 minutes. Great. Okay. Is that it? Is that a turn? Is that a setup? I really think it is. Quickly go through everything and make sure I've done it correctly. I know I'm being overly cautious, but you know what? I have an hour, and it really doesn't look like I have that much ground to cover in an hour. Mainly because the distance you go is largely irrelevant. It's where you're going to have combat. And the way I see it, I'm not going to have combat on this first set. The second set, there's a pretty good chance I'll have combat. And the third set, I'm guaranteed to have combat because then it's this farmhouse. So really, there's 3 potential instances of combat, 2 that are pretty much guaranteed. Break them there, and then break them over here. Once I break them here, it's easy. I'll have that farmhouse surrounded, and I'll just call in... I'll have artillery coming down on it early. So then it's a waiting game. I can do this within an hour, which means I've got time to be cautious. So I'm going to save it here because this has been a really long setup. And I'm actually not going to play this turn. I'm going to play it right off the gate on the next video. So I'm going to make this video one that's totally skippable if you want. But if you did watch it, thanks. I really appreciate you watching me essentially ramble and like kind of get into my head of how I'm going to set this up and what I'm going to do. If you did watch this, please, I hate asking to leave comments. I mean, I'm somebody that's never going to ask, like, subscribe, comment. I'm never going to ask for that because I think that's dumb. If you want to do that, you'll do it anyways. Asking for it is cheap and seems like begging. What I will say is that if you watched me set up for what, I don't even know how long it's been, but if you watched me set up for 40 minutes, you're probably interested in the way I actually did it because that'd be the only reason to watch this. So if you did, I would love critique on this because I have no idea what I'm doing. This is like my 6th or 7th mission, 8th maybe, if you include some of the ones that first couple missions that I didn't finish all of. I don't know if this is good. I don't know if this is the way a real military would do it. I don't know if this is the gamey way to do it. Or I don't know if I am, like, if this is a pretty realistic and pretty solid plan. Either way, I'd love to know. So sorry for rambling. Go ahead and watch part 2. That'll be the fun part. But either way, if you watched this, thanks for watching. Bye.